Hey, let's jump right into it, man. Another week of Diddy on trial. Crazy week, man. Crazy week. There was Diddy's accuser who accused him of holding her on the balcony over the railing, kind of like threatening in a sense. She came in and discussed and talked about what happened. We have as well Jane Doe talking about Diddy and their relationship. People are saying it's 50's ex. Crazy. She's a Jane Doe, so they're not revealing her identity, but people are assuming it's Diddy's ex because of what she says during her part. And of course, we're gonna discuss Cam's interview with the Punisher, one of the former guys that Diddy and Cassie hired for their freak offs. And in Cam's usual way, he asked the questions quite directly. It's not the CNN type of interview. That's what I can assure. So we're gonna talk about that. Let's start right away with the first topic, the big wins, which is, of course, the Bangalong part of this trial. Let's start right away. Fair use.
Came into Cassie's house, her apartment on the 17th floor, and held her over the edge of the balcony while screaming at her, "You know what you did, you know what you did," and that she was terrified before he allegedly threw her onto the balcony furniture and caused her serious injuries to her leg and to her head and neck. Now, we saw pictures yesterday with metadata of her leg injuries. She alleged that she took those pictures later after the later that same day on September 26, 2016. That's how we're able to pin in this date. Well, yesterday there was an extensive cross-examination, which was very damaging to her credibility, and the fact that the stories seem to change and morph through time, and depending on who's telling it. It would change with respect to who was there. It would change with respect to what was going on beforehand, what Bono was doing immediately before Diddy showed up, what direction she was facing. Was she facing towards the balcony door or towards the view? What parts of her body she touched. It's changed in a lot of different ways. That all came up yesterday. But the explosive testimony and cross-examination that came up today was she was questioned about Diddy and Cassie's schedule on September 20th.
Crazy. We're gonna walk through that transcript. I'm just gonna read some parts of that. Shout out to Good Logic from the guy who just talked to him. Great updates on this whole trial. Been following different people because you gotta get all the perspective. You gotta get all the perspective. RJ, what do you think about that so far?
There's a pattern in there's a pattern of people dangling others in uh, by their
All the
by their
90s is sex.
by their feet over balconies, man. There's a theme there. And well, here I have a question because
Tell
and
me.
you said that the Punisher. By the way, I only thought that Frank Castle was the Punisher, but apparently this Punisher is not a Marvel character. You said that Diddy and Cassie hired the Punisher. Is that the case? Because I thought that Diddy hired him.
Well, technically, Cassie was sometimes hiring them too,
Okay.
booking them.
Okay. Booking. Okay. She's
Yeah,
a
the
booking agent.
booking was
Okay. So
booking
well
her own Punisher. But
you said that we're going to read the the transcripts in a bit. So before I do that, remember guys to rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on our socials, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for our newsletter where we will share with you links to viral videos and articles that did not make the show.
yes. So the we're gonna read the transcript, but that this part of the questioning was kind of crazy. This cross kind of destroyed her whole story. And to give an idea, we're gonna of course read through it, but oh man, It's a lot of denials. Let's start with that. So I'm sharing my screen right now. Can you see it correctly, RJ?
Yeah. So the inner city press, shout out to the inner city
Shout out to
press.
him. Yeah.
He's been sharing the transcripts with us. So Westmoreland is Combs is the Diddy's
A
attorney.
black queen who's protecting Diddy right now. Probably top three lawyers at this moment
Yeah.
by far. You read through this. You
So
tell
you're
me
more
if this
impressed. You were impressed last week with Brian Steele as
Steele.
well.
Steele.
It
Yeah,
was
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah. But she's 2-2. She's 2-2 right now, Westmoreland.
okay.
She
Okay.
was also on. She was also one of the lawyers in the YSL.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
read it.
Oh, she's one of the YSL lawyers. And
Yeah,
the Bongalan, is that how you
Bungalow.
pronounce the name?
Yeah, Bungalow. Of what did she say her nickname was? Bana or something like that. Yeah, you can always say Bana.
I'll just say Bongalan because it's written like that. I just wanted to make sure that I'm pronouncing the name correctly. Uh, but yeah, so I'm gonna start reading it now. The attorney asks Cassie included the balcony incident in her lawsuit. Bongalan said true. The attorney says Cassie said this happened at a hotel. True. Bongalan said she didn't say it like that. Westmoreland, the attorney asks, you said your apartment, it has a balcony? Bongalan says, I didn't say it like that. Westmoreland then goes on by asking, Cassie told you she never saw you over a balcony. Bongalan answers, no, ma'am, I don't remember. Westmoreland laughs. All right, right there. Read this page, then look up. You had these conversations? The answer is, I don't know.
You already see where this is going. You already see where this is going. Continue.
The attorney asks about this alleged balcony incident. You and Miss Ventura talked about the date, the place. Who was there? Bongalan says true. Or at least who was there? Who was there? Bongalan says true. Westmoreland then asks, in 2015 and 16, you didn't see any signs of violence, true? Bongalan answers, I don't know the exact year. Westmoreland then asks, the birthday party, what substances were you doing? Bongalan says, I don't remember. That's probably X. Probably the X talk. She's losing
Bro,
losing her
continue.
memory. That's the X talk.
Continue.
The attorney goes on by asking, alleged knife throwing incident. He just walked in and threw a knife? Bongalan answers, I'm not sure. Are you telling the truth?
Oh, she put in pressure. She's putting pressure. Sustained.
Prosecutor
Objection.
prosecutor yells objection. Judge sustains answers sustained.
Right moment, I would say, to say that just
Yeah.
for the show.
Yeah.
Because she knows she's gonna get an objection if he asks that question.
Yeah. But KR, I think that one thing we have to take into account here, because we're gonna continue reading it, but as a witness, when you take the stand, or they call you to take the stand, you can't always say uh no, let me rephrase it. It puts a lot of pressure because when you draft a testimony, or you just go and answer the easy question when you're called up as a witness by by a one-sided party, which is in this case the prosecutor, the police, then the questions are easy because they want incriminating answers so they can substantiate their claims.
Yep.
But before you take the stand, can you just imagine how much pressure that puts on you,
Of
knowing that
course.
a case might stand or fall based on your statement, based on your recollection of things or the lack thereof. So I think the pressure in itself is something that people don't take into account. And we also have to take into account that she doesn't know what questions she'll be getting, because this isn't she's not getting the softball throws. And I'm no disrespect to softball players. I'm talking about high school softball throws. No, she's getting the major league baseball
Closer
103 mile per hour pitches and a curveball
and a curveball.
here and there with a slider. So it's like so it's difficult to prepare. It puts pressure, and the attorney is, of course, direct and has confidence, right? So
Yeah.
she's prepared. She knows what questions she'll ask. You don't. So it's I can
Yes, and
imagine that it's
one
terrifying.
one thing as well, and I want to add to that. A lawyer knows when you're. This is we're starting halfway right now because they've already answered a couple of questions, and what you see is that she's already, when she starts laughing and says right here, she's already understanding where this is going. She's already seeing, like, oh, she's not gonna answer anything. She's gonna only say, I don't remember, I don't recall, I don't know. Okay, so now I'm gonna strangle you and make you look even crazier by making certain claims, like saying you're lying or asking you even harder questions, because then it's gonna put you even more in a bind.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something, and she might be laughing because of that. She might be laughing as well because I think the moment. Can you go back to where she was, where she laughed? There.
The question first.
Cassie told you she never saw you over a balcony. No, ma'am, I don't remember. And she was laughing. I think she might have also been laughing because he said, "Read this page." In the next line, all right, right here.
Yeah.
Read this page, then look up. That's like a litigator's way of telling you, "Gotcha, it's bait." So it's so that can also be the case. But let's continue
Oh
reading
man.
the transcript.
Yes, yes, yes. Let me put it back. Think we were here. Objection. Are you telling the
Yep.
truth?
Yeah. Sustained. The lawyer asks, "Didn't you tell the government they would get in? They would get in knife fights, plural?" Bongolan says, "I don't remember." Westmoreland
Oh, she got
uh,
her.
tells her,
She
"Let
got
me
her.
show you." Bongolan answered, "Yeah, I was suggesting where the knife came from." Westmoreland then reacts by saying, "Because it
Can you
makes no
imagine,
sense."
RJ? Can you imagine Diddy and Cassie? Oh man, this is crazy. Continue. This is crazy.
I think they were having knife fights. It's just not those kind of knives. The attorney,
Swords,
well, we don't know. Combs,
not those
we
type of
don't want to know
swords.
either. We don't want to know
Oh, continue,
either.
continue, continue.
Yo, in between those swords, there might have been some sickles as well. Combs Westmoreland says, "You're saying you're saying you don't know how he got in to throw the knife, but once he left, you're wait again. You're saying you don't know how he got in to throw the knife, but once he's left, you're no longer worried." Bungalen answers, "I don't remember how I felt." Westmoreland asks, "You say at a photo shoot, Mr. Combs said, I could delete you." Bungalen answers, "Yes." But at first, you told the government it was at a party. What does she answer? I don't know. She keeps putting pressure. Your first demand letter said Mr. Combs said I could delete you while he hung you over the balcony. Bongolan remarks by saying he did both. Capital B, capital O, capital F. Both. Just not at the same time. Prosecutor, seeing how things are going, says, sidebar.
Sidebar.
Let's go. Let's discuss some things. Judge says, yes. After a long sidebar, Combs' attorney goes back and starts with the following question. You met the government January 18th, 2024. Didn't mention the I could delete you, but put it in your subsequent demand letter. Bongolan says, yes. In a demand letter, I don't know when. Combs
Oh, she
Westmoreland
got her.
tells her once more, read
Oh,
this.
oh. Preparation is everything in a war.
Bongolan asks the whole thing. No, this paragraph. Judge says, as much as you want. Bongolan says, thanks. Okay. So after she finished reading it, Westmoreland asks her, you didn't tell the government about I could delete you, and Tyrone was there? Oh, there's a Tyrone involved.
You better call. Tyrone is the. You know who's Tyrone is, RJ? You remember the producer who claimed all these crazy things in the beginning in a
Like
civil
a skinny
lawsuit?
one?
The black guy who was producer who said, "What's the actors the crazy actor Cuba
Mhm.
Gooding Jr. Do you remember that part of this whole thing where the guy sued Diddy that he said he was trying to put Cuba was holding him too close and
Is that the one with the picture?
yes, that's
On the
that's
boat.
not Tyrone. So that's not
Okay.
Tyrone. Tyrone was his lawyer.
Okay,
Tyrone
okay, okay.
Tyrone is his lawyer, and Tyrone has been known to put crazy stuff in it. He makes stuff up in his lawsuits, or at least he makes it bigger. He adds people to lawsuits, and then people try to sanction him. His name is Tyrone. I can recall his ass name.
Bigums.
Not big. Oh man, that big as let me see. Tyrone. I know his name. Wait a second. Give me a second. Bigums. Blackburn. Tyrone
Black.
Blackburn.
Okay.
But continue.
Well, the way you just described them, I would have I wouldn't have been surprised if you told me his name was Tyrone Busby. But okay.
Well, he's worse than Busby.
He's worse than Busby.
He's worse
Yo.
than Busby, bro. He got a couple of they reported him to the I think it's a committee, some
Yeah.
kind of a committee because he was
Like the
putting people
ethics
something like
committee
that,
or
ethics
the
committee,
bar.
something like that, because he was adding people claiming all kinds of weird stuff. And after, so people would counter sue or send him a letter, tell him remove us because that person has never been to the to the law to my place, and he would ask him, okay, I'm gonna remove them as long as you don't report me to the committee. He removes them off the lawsuit, and then they report him still to the committee. It's crazy, RJ. I don't know why these people. I don't know, but let me scroll down to a crazy part. Let me scroll down to a crazy part.
I mean, the last thing you would want is like to be dragged in front of a disciplinary committee, but hey.
Yeah, as a lawyer, that's a very bad move. Let me see if I can find something real quick. because there's a
I
lot of
think Diddy
stuff that
also.
happened.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Diddy had a uh, disciplinary committee role play going on at some point in time during his.
So this is the second day of the cross.
Magical Tyrone. Combs, Westmore. This is the second day. Okay, June 5th.
Second day. Yeah.
Okay, on June 5th. Combs' attorney, Diddy's attorney, Mr. Combs did not cause you the injuries in the photo you provided with metadata saying September 26, 2016. Bongolan says, I can't agree with that. The attorney then goes on by asking, a person can be in LA and New York at the same time. My answer is the same. Westmoreland says, no further questions. So
So
the turn is
redirect.
like there ain't no point going through with this one. I mean, come on.
Yeah. This was after. So basically, what they did was she claimed that the person Diddy was on September 2016. He was in LA, but according to that date, he was in New York. Had a show, and he was at the Trump Hotel. One thing I've noticed, RJ, with all the Trump bashing that Diddy has been doing throughout the years lately, he's been using a lot of Trump hotels. There's a lot of Trump hotels in this lawsuit. This man is going to Trump hotels for the loss for the freak offs. Let's
Hey, man.
continue. Let's see what the prosecutor is trying to do now, because the prosecutor already noticed this is going to the, I'm not gonna say that, to the ish. It's done.
To the manure.
To the manure.
Okay. Mm, Miser is his name. Did you ever review the notes taken at your interviews? Bongolan says no. Did you give Cassie permission to put your name in her complaint? Bongolan says no. After she filed, I hit her up to tell her of mistakes. Tiffany wasn't there. Who's Tiffany?
Tiffany is her girlfriend,
Okay.
a former girlfriend.
Cassie's former girlfriend.
No. Bongolan's former girlfriend.
Bongolan's okay.
Yeah.
When you filed your lawsuit, was it when you filed your lawsuit, was its report of the balcony the same or different from Cassie's? Different, Bongolan answers. Is what you said today your best recollection? Yes, Bongolan answers. The demand letters of your first lawyer, did you write them? Oh, man. No. Wow. The demand letter that I said, Mr. Combs, squeeze your breasts so hard you had you had bruises. Had you said that? No, ma'am. Do you demonstrate with hand motions? Please do. I mean, if there was a camera at that point under the desk where Diddy was sitting,
Continue. Let's continue.
scraping and scrapping.
Oh man.
You started at my armpit. Where were they on your breast? Yes. Do you yourself know the exact date of the balcony incident? No. Why not? It was a while ago, she answers. Any doubt Mr. Combs held you off the balcony? Bongolan is certain, she answers. No doubt. Like the band.
So far, RJ, how do you think Diddy is feeling? How
I
this is
mean,
going?
on the breast side, or
Oh no,
the
no, no,
touching
no,
breast
not on
was
the
the
breast side.
highlight
No,
of the
no, no,
day,
no, no,
I
no,
think.
no, no. Her getting tanked by this whole recross, because it's not looking good. If you look at the questions that the prosecutor is asking, it seems like the prosecutor is actually trying to distance her from Cassie's testimony, so she doesn't take Cassie with her.
Yeah. So then it's just Cassie's incident or Cassie's testimony, which is one testimony.
It can stand on its own, so she doesn't pull Cassie with the credibility of Cassie with her. Because she's
Yeah.
trying to separate, saying, okay, this is what you told Cassie. Is it true that you said this? Is it true that you said that? No. Bam, bam, bam. So basically, she's already seeing this job is done. I can't save her anymore as a
Yeah.
witness. How do you think Diddy was feeling? That was actually my question.
Diddy was, I think he was feeling great because the attorneys were doing a great job. And to be honest, if I'm a jury and I'm hearing these answers, it's a bit, she's not credible because even the easy pitches he was missing.
That's true. That's true.
If you ask me. So,
So I
yeah,
can show you how Diddy was feeling.
okay. The judge says, Mr. Agnifilo, your client was looking at jurors and nodding vigorously.
You know how
This
he's like,
was he doing? This can't continue, or I will give a limiting instruction you won't like, or other measures, including barring your client from the courtroom. Do you understand? Agnifilo says yes. Jesus.
Diddy was out there, Diddy Buck, pounding his chest. Yes, he was trying to do that and nodding his head like, yo, we're destroying them.
The
That's what
Halliburton,
he,
the Reggie Miller slash
Reggie Miller.
Halliburton.
That's the only thing he needed to do to make sure he's get convicted. Imagine Diddy sitting there like, oh my God. Oh my God. Hey guys, I'll say this: don't do that if you're in court. Let's say if the witness of the of your situation is stumbling and fumbling and trying to scramble and scraping, don't do that. Don't do the choking. Don't do the choking. You're done for. You'll be done for if you do that.
Yeah.
No, but that's the winning part. That was a pretty good cross from Westmoreland. I mean, she really destroyed Bongolan. But let's go to the second part of this week, which was Jane Doe. Jane Doe came and kind of brought back everything to a loss for Diddy. Fair use. Oh, of course, I need to share the screen. Fair use.
She said, I always wanted to.
No, not again. Not again. Give me a second. Not again. So we're gonna take a look at Sean G. Sean G is also one of the reporters that I'm following. He has a funny way to present the story. So let's take a look. Fair use. Shout out to Sean G.
Puff, touch Puff. I love Puff. After my birthday, he left me and the girl he was with posted on Instagram that she had a plane and he's going somewhere with her. It broke my heart. She texts Puff, are you going on a trip? February 12th, 2023. Puffy texts her back, I didn't tell you I was going on a trip because I didn't tell her when I'm with you. When I'm with you, LGR the great. When I'm with you, I don't tell her I'm with you. So when I'm with her, I'm not finna tell you I'm with her or tell her I'm with you. Puffy took this girl to Italy 2 times, St. Bart's, and Turks and Caicos. Puffy texted her back, "You look like you had a great party with your girlfriends." So after Puffy got with her on her birthday, Puffy spent her birthday with her. Then Puffy, after he spent her birthday with her, he dipped with the other honey and they left. Jane Doe then went and celebrated her birthday with her girlfriends, and Puffy paid for the party.
That's a good life. That's a good life. Those are the.
So
Yeah, continue.
now go ahead.
No. Continue.
So just let me recap if I understand him correctly. He said that she's talking about the same person, a lady, a nice lady, twice to Italy, once to St. Bart, once to Turks and Caicos. He paid for a birthday as well.
Yep.
And you're saying it's nice. It's nice for the lady, you mean? You know
That's
that
for the
that
lady. I mean, for Diddy, he's a millionaire. It's like
Yeah.
pocket change, RJ.
he takes care.
You have
He
500
takes care of
million.
his people. He takes care of his people. Is what you're saying.
He's take care of the lady he likes.
Yeah.
The lady he wants to share. Well, that's not the right word to use at this moment.
End of sentence.
Yeah, that's it. The lady, yes, the share part. Remove that, please. Please
Like
remove that
tapas.
part.
It's like tapas.
Yeah, I never said
Uh,
that. I never said that.
Yeah.
No,
Well, guys,
but
before we proceed, remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on our socials. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification icon as well. And stay tuned for our news letter where we will share with you links to articles and stories that did not make the show either because they're not YouTube friendly or we simply did not have enough time to include them.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go right away to the transcript because this is crazy.
Okay, so this is Jane as in Jane Doe, right?
Jane Doe. Yes, she's describing how it all started.
Jane as in a pseudonym or an alias for her real name, and Doe as in the money Diddy gave her. I went to Miami in January 2021.
Allegedly. Well,
Allegedly.
she's not alleged
Allegedly.
because it's not alleged, but she's testifying to it. But continue.
Well, she can be lying as well. So
Yeah,
let's
that's true.
protect her
That's
against
true.
herself. We'll just say allegedly, just in case. Just in case. But she says, she declares, I went to Miami in January of 2021. He got me a hotel room. The prosecutor says or asks, where did you have your first date? The hotel. Another balcony, KR.
This man has a great history with balconies.
It's multifunctional. You can eat, you can dangle people. You can. How long did your first date last? 5 days. Okay.
5 days. This is what women dream about.
No,
You take
KR.
them on an unlimited amount of days.
KR. Let me just. This
Man
is
was
what they talk about.
smashing for 5 days. Back
This
to
is what
back.
they. This is what they mean when you're when you. So when you're counting brownie points or credits or whatever relationship credits, the guy does. I know the example of Valentine's Day. They say the guy takes care of the flowers and the food and the gift and the transportation, pays for everything, and the guy counts it as 5 things that he did for the woman. The woman sees this as one date. If you ask Diddy, he'll probably tell you he did 26 things for her. But she's counting it as a 5-day date. That's crazy, KR.
5-day
How many
date.
dates did you guys win on this year? Just one.
5-day date. This is crazy. This is why you know you're a millionaire. You can take a couple of days off, and you know she's not working. She has nothing to do. She's just sitting there waiting for a man with wealth and power to swoop her off her feet. And he did. Let's continue.
What did you tell him about your past? He answered, I dated someone he knew. Also, my child's father didn't get along with Sean. He said he didn't mind. I bet you that's why he chose you. Anyway,
And that's
how
when
many
it
children
happens.
do you have? Just one. Mark. Oh, the name isn't there. No, just one. What did Sean say about his relationships? Jane said, only my friend. He said it wasn't a real relationship. You still call her your friend? The prosecutor asked, what did you do? Jane said, we made a lot of love. We walked on the beach. Later, we went on a proper first date, dressed up, a restaurant. I was head over heels.
This is the man had his system down. 5 days, give her the most romantic stuff. You
And
gotta
it's
be
great,
very wary
you know?
of what you wish for.
Well, it's great, KR. It's great that she was she was head over heels, because if she had asked around, she would have
She
found
would
out
have
that other people were heels over head. So it's a good
tried to
thing that
run away.
that she wasn't dangling.
They always say you got to be careful what you wish for, because you wish. Some people might wish this, but before you know it, at the end of that road, there is a freak off waiting for you.
Yeah. Okay.
It's kind of crazy.
What did you do? Da, da, da. How did you stay in contact? Through texts? Did you travel with him? Turks and Caicos. I
Here
was
it
excited.
comes.
I'd never been to Turks. Who else went in February 2021? Jane says Christina Corin, the chef, the butler. Coran?
KK,
Who is she?
personal assistant, security manager, and the person who people are asking, why is she not in this indictment? There's two people. There are two people. Everyone is asking. KK and what's the other guy's name? I forgot his name, man. He's also from the security, because they kind of arrange everything. Christina basically arranged everything around him, from yeah, everything. I'm not gonna say exactly, but a lot of stuff. But let's continue.
So she was like the personal assistant.
Yeah. And security manager, and there's a lot of stuff. She knew
Okay.
the ins and out of the business. By the way,
How long did you stay? 9
she
days.
can be found right now.
Oh, is she the one that's lost?
No, that's another one. That's another one. That's the one that did. That's the people are assuming that the one that is lost is the woman that gave an interview to Tasha K years ago, that told about the baby.
Great.
And Christina is also, sorry, my bad. They are trying. So the prosecutor tried to admit, or yeah, one of the key parts, a text message between Christina Coran and someone else. I can't recall the other security guard. But the defense said basically you cannot admit it into the evidence because she's not here. If you're saying that, RJ, she's not here, she's not planning to be here. Because otherwise you're gonna add it now and ask her later. So, but she knows all the ins and outs. So probably she disappeared from the earth. She'll probably pop up in a couple of months when Diddy is off.
Yeah. We're going to play a video. Not shown in gallery, loud music. I took the video. Jane says, I took the video. What do we see? Jane says, the villa, the vibe. Why did you tell Sean? Jane answers that I was a single mother. On social media, I called myself a content creator. What was your work? Jane answers, advertising brands on my social media. What did Diddy give you? Jane answers, a love bracelet
Brother Love.
with a tracker, maybe. He said he'd give me money because it taken me many days away. I really appreciated that. How much? $10,000. Man, what do you think I am? Chelsea Clinton?
$10,000 for, let's go scroll up, for in total of 15 days.
Wasn't Marcus saying that 10,000 was too little?
Who?
Marcus, Curtis, no, not Curtis, Marcus, right? That's Fiddy's
Who's
son.
Marcus? I can't recall.
I think he was
Old
saying like
story.
10. He said, yeah, but he said that he couldn't
Could
live.
be.
He couldn't live on 10,000 a month.
Yeah, but this is just a one-time 10,000 for the 15 days. Because you
But I'm just
held her of the
okay.
10,000 is not that much. 50 was giving her 6,000, 7,000. Child support, that is.
Yeah. Well, she asked for child support, I guess. That's also not the best move, but okay.
Yes. So this is another part.
Okay. The prosecutor says, please pull up this exhibit. What is it? Jane says, a note on my notes. Were you writing what you were feeling at the time? Yes, I wrote. You lied to my face to use me for a hotel night before you trip. Your trip. Before your trip, probably.
Before you continue, a hotel night. So basically, Diddy rebranded the freak off. He would call it hotel nights or debaucheries. He really rebranded it with
Yeah.
this chick. He didn't call it freak offs anymore. It was Cassie, we would call it freak off. With this chick, he would call it hotel nights or debaucheries. And when they would look at their own videos, you would call it movie nights.
What's
This
in a
man
name?
is.
What's in a name, KR?
Imagine you invite your girlfriend out and you tell her, hey, it's a movie night. She thinks, I'm going to watch a brand new movie right here. You pull out your phone, hook it up to the Chromecast, and then suddenly she's watching you clapping her. Or in his case, they would watch other man clapping her.
So
'Cause he was-
Jane Doe also participated with other people clapping her.
Bro. So just to give you an idea, RJ, and that's why I'm saying that Diddy. So you gotta look at this. So this is my belief of this whole thing. This whole freak off stuff is an addiction for him. But you can clearly see the addiction arch in his development. Because when it was Cassie, he started ordering one guy a night, or when it was with Jane Doe, they would order 3 guys in a session, back to back.
And he would watch,
And stroke.
but
His
he wouldn't
own.
participate.
No, after Wait a second. Wait a second. RJ, just to give you an idea how crazy this story is, I uploaded one soundbite exactly for this part. I hoped we wouldn't come to this part, but I expected it to arrive here. So after the guys were done, I don't know if it's in the transcript. I can probably find it. She wouldn't wipe it off. They would on her.
Yeah.
They would then go and have intercourse. She wouldn't wipe anything off. So we heard the stories of Cassie, where he was rubbing the milk on his
That's
chest.
what. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
In this situation, they would
He evolved to Super Saiyan 4.
Super Saiyan. This man is like Vegeta and Goku in one. What's it
Gogeta.
called? I don't know what the name is.
Gogeta, right? Gogeta.
Gogeta?
I guess so.
Now he looks more like a Majin Buu, but okay. a dirty dude. I don't know if Majin Buu can reach Super Saiyan, but this is crazy, RJ. This is crazy. So this is where we are now. She's basically telling it all. She's telling it all. The guy, you know what it is? And the crazy part is she was getting 10K. 10K a month at a certain point. So in the beginning, he would date her and then arrange these, let's call it hotel nights. And she would get money from him from time to time. After that, he proposed to her an arrangement. Read this. The second half.
What was the love contract in March 2023? The love contract. Yo, that's crazy.
Love contract. Oh, man. Yo, this is crazy.
He asked, how much did I want per month? I said 15. He said 10. You started paying your rent? Yes. Who is paying your rent now? Sean still is. What else did Sean pay for? My teeth. What do you mean? Sean didn't like my teeth. I got new veneers. He also paid to furnish the house. My allowance just didn't do it. I used 3 credit cards.
So
Wow.
he would pay. By the way, she's very bad at negotiating. That's a business.
Well, you need leverage, KR. What's his leverage? Anyone
That's
can.
true. That's true.
Anyone can.
That's true.
Well, not anyone
That's
can
true.
take 3 at a time and then sleep with a fourth
No,
one. For a fourth
that's a leverage. You gotta. That's a leverage. He likes you for what you do, because this is, by the way, this is after a year or two, like a year into this. So that's when he offered her an allowance. See, it's like a contract. It's like a baseball contract. She was playing like a free agent, and now he wants to sign her. Give her a fixed contract.
Yeah.
She should have just stayed at 15. See what it does, what he does. But anyway, that's another talk for another day. I'm not advising anyone to find themselves in this situation. I do think, RJ, if you look, she was mentioning the whole time that she liked him. But the thing is, there were times that he was giving her, she's never used X before. She started using X. He would give it to her. She tried to do the hotel nights without being under influence. It didn't work. She didn't like it. So she started using again. So she would use, every time they have intercourse, she would use X. She liked it, actually. In the beginning, if you look how she's describing everything, it was what she used the word, it was a taboo and accelerating. But later on, it started to become like a problem. because it seemed to her like it was more like a like she said in the text, you're using me for the hotel nights.
Yeah.
Big loss. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. This is not looking good so far. The only thing that could probably say, I'll say this: from all the charges, I'm pretty sure RJ he will be found guilty on at least the prostitution, the pro one. At least. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. If they start with summarizing the verdict and they say the pro charges are not guilty, he's walking. I'm telling you. But if they start with that he's guilty for that one, probably the rest. So far, they haven't been able to without a doubt present a case with which
Without
says
the
that it's a
shadow of a
RICO.
doubt.
Yeah, this is a RICO case. But he was transporting people from left to right to engage in the debauchery, as he calls it himself. He knows what he's doing. Guy is an addict, man. I'm telling you. He's an addict. He needs to get locked up only for that. And if you read this case, it's crazy. It's crazy what he dude. It seemed like they were doing like these debaucheries 3 at a night. So 3 guys, he would call a guy, they would start off, the guy would go, next one came in, do his thing, go back, third one in the morning, nonstop. And he's sitting there and gooning, as they say.
With his Yankee fit on.
By the way, that's one thing they didn't describe in this part. The Yankee Fit one was with Cassie.
Yeah.
Or the book.
With the hijab.
Yeah,
With the-
hijab. With the book. It's his job, yeah. Is it hijab or the book?
He said only the face. I don't know.
Anyway,
probably a
doesn't matter
burqa.
which one it is. Doesn't matter, hijab. Yeah, it's a burqa because you can cover the face with a burqa. But yeah, so he was basically sitting there. You know, dude, they would have 6 sessions of 18 hours. Bruh. You gotta be sick to be stroking yourself for 18 hours long. What the heck is wrong with you, my man?
Yeah.
You're mentally ill. He needs to admit, first of all, I think he can escape. He can say, I'm mentally ill.
I have a problem.
And probably he can get away with these charges. But this is crazy, RJ. This is crazy. And we still have another week of this week. Another week of Jane Doe. And maybe someone else. Not sure who they were at, but yeah, it's looking crazy, man. It's looking crazy. And the cross, of course, of Jane Doe. That's gonna be also. I don't know if they're gonna put Steele on or Westmoreland, but it's one of the two.
So you think Diddy's lawyers are doing a good job?
Well, at least for as far as they can. For the thing is, RJ, if you look at the case itself, it's hard to remove or this how you say that bring doubt in the pro part, because he was transporting people and paying them, so that's it. It's not that hard to prove. That's clear. It's the other stuff they are trying to remove off the table. And I think if they can remove the other stuff off the table, it's a successful defense. He's gonna get 2, maybe 5 years, 8 years. Probably. Yeah, he's gonna sit in jail. I don't think he's gonna get off. It's not. It's more than. That's more than freaky
I
stuff.
think he might get off more than 3 times a day.
But yeah, let's see what what it turns out to, man. I think they're doing a good job as far as they can. As far as they can. I mean, there's not much you can do.
It is what
It's,
it is.
it's it is what it is. That's guys, learn from this situation. Don't find yourself in a freak off, and before you know it, you're on Double Touch Show, and we're telling your story of what could have been. Sick, man. The guy is sick. I'll tell you this. I think he's sick, but I have to admit, his choices. One choice this is Daphne, by the way. This is the alleged Jane Doe.
Okay.
Ferry's baby mother. Right. It seems like if you listen to a reader testimony, it seems like she was at weekly freak offs. Weekly. It's crazy. Sometimes you gotta ask yourself as well. These models, these, let's call it IG honeys, where are they actually making money off? Are they doing freak offs on the down low? Anyway, let's go to the next part of the show, man, which is the interview by the Cam interviewing Punisher. I watched the whole interview. It's a crazy interview, but I'm gonna want to highlight one part. Let's start right away. Fair use. Let's do it. Fair use.
I also seen that you say when you and her were doing what you guys were doing, he would be pacing back and forth with a bottle of Astroglide.
This is crazy, yo.
Yeah, man. Every time, it was obviously something he was into in terms of visually watching this. So
what was being done with the Astroglide, though? Huh.
I guess he's using it as lubricant to beat off. You know what I'm saying? That was, he's pleasuring himself during the action. So I'm obviously he's using that for lube.
Do you consider Puff a cuckold?
Yeah, I mean the whole time. That's what I thought it was.
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was.
It's because you keep using the word voyeur. This is cuckold activity.
Oh, RJ.
There is a difference between just watching and watching your woman, right? You can be a watcher, but to watch your woman or your women, that's
different. That's different.
Yeah. Guys, let us know what you think. Is there a difference between voyaging and cucking? Let us know. Are you one? Let us know as well. Guys, remember to rate the show or press the like button. Follow us on our socials. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification icons. Icons to stay up to date when we drop new videos, and also stay tuned for the newsletter. Guys, let us know in the comment section if you got a call late at night to come and partake in a movie night. Not a movie night. What do they call it? A hotel night.
Hotel night.
So at this point, he wasn't referring to it as a freak off anymore, but a hotel night. And you would get paid, and you're strapped. You need cash badly. Would you partake in the action?
They would pay them $2,000 to $4,000 a night.
And okay, so you get $2,000 to $4,000 a night, depending on how much you leave behind, I guess, on the woman's chest. I don't know.
I'm gonna say this. I've been watching this. I know this story. I know this thing from end to end, RJ. This is the crazy part. This is the crazy part. This guy would smash Cassie, and Diddy at the time he told the story. Diddy found it. He thought it was such a great performance. He threw a stack of cash on the bed, like as if it was a strip. Oh, I almost used the full name. It was as if it was a full performance. Bah! A stack of 100s.
Yeah.
The thing. I think Cam should have asked him. Were those 100s a bit sticky? With the Astroglide, I mean, of course, not with the other stuff. With the Astroglide. Anyway, let's continue. Fair use.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, we're gonna step it up to cuckold.
Yeah. So I'm saying voyeur because that's what she said to me.
Right.
Like when I came in.
Because you know why? Because they down. You know why? Because voyeur don't seem as bad as cuckold. So they downplay it with the I'm just a voyeur. Nah, you was an official cuckold, nigga. Because voyeur can mean you watching anybody, not your girl. Cuckold is when your girl is in play. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
You're putting your own girl up to sacrifice.
Do you have the stomach?
Do you
have the stomach?
Oh man, no. A lot of people don't have that stomach.
cuckoldish, man. Did you go raw ever?
Yo, bro, yeah, for real, bro. That same day when he threw the stack of hundreds,
right?
Like
this is the story. He threw a stack of hundreds.
That was like it was. We were on the bed, and I started out.
You know how crazy that actually is. You're watching a performance of someone smashing a girl, and you think, you know what, this is so good. I'm throwing a stack. Man, Diddy's lock him up, man. It's too freaky. It's too freaky, man.
I'm eating a box, right? And after, you would tell it was like some excitement, some connection. So when I pop up, she's scooting towards me for the penetration, and she kind of looked at him, and he was like, "Yo, go ahead, have a good time." And so when I pop up, she's scooting towards me for the penetration, and she kind of looked at him, and he was like, "Yo, go ahead, have a good time." Yeah. And I was wild reckless. I just was what it was.
So it's only one time you went raw. You repeatedly went.
That was, let's say that was the fourth time, and then it was every time to the last time.
When he gave y'all the permission to go raw the first time, right? Because you said it continued after that. Once you started going raw repetitively, did he give you instructions where you had the nut at, or you came in her?
Yeah, so I didn't get the instructions from him, but it was instructions from her, like specifically. Every time I nutted, I had to nut in or around the outside of her box. Like, so on her clit, on the lip.
Instructions, my man. This is where you have to finish off. But let's hear what else he has to say about this. Lock this man up.
Everything, and to that degree, on the outside of her vagina. And that was clockwork. It had to be done like that every single time. And actually, it was kind of mandatory. Like the session could not be over unless I nutted, and I had to nut on the outside of her vagina. Like,
you couldn't leave until that happened?
Yeah, that was like mandatory. It was like,
this is crazy.
So
that gotta happen for the session to be over.
And those instructions that she gave you, they came from him, or they was from both of them, or just her?
I mean, like I said, I only ever spoke to her. Mm-hmm. So the instructions came from her.
How was that pussy though?
I mean, bro, even if it was fire,
bro, was
the crazy
was
part
it good or not? I know what Cam's about to say. Was it good or not? I don't need you to beat around the bush. No pun intended.
This is not CNN, my man. Let's get straight to the point.
Yeah.
Listen to what he has to say. This is crazy.
Is the pussy good, family? Let's stop with political shit. We was Harlem time, my nigga. You 39th Street and 40th. Was the pussy? How was that pussy, my nigga?
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I couldn't get there, bro.
Okay.
Like I got a dude pacing back and forth,
Right.
beating his joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're trying to smash a girl. This is dude. You don't know what he will do. Yo, this is crazy. You're out here protecting your booty and trying to smash at the same
My peripherals, my spider senses is wilding. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And especially when I found out
Right.
it was Puff. When I
Right.
found out it was Puff, it got all the way worse because if you grew up in Harlem, if you grew up in that era, I can't validate it, but everybody knows there's rumors, right?
Right.
There's rumors that he could be, interested in dudes. So the whole time I'm semi-paranoid.
You're trying to smash someone. You're paranoid, man. Oh, this is where it ends. But he said at a certain point, he said you heard him give instructions to Cassie, but he has problems with his ears, so he can't hear perfectly. He didn't know whether whether he heard scoot a little bit to the left or or whether he wants to penetrate it. Yo, he got so paranoid. Oh man, hey, for all the guys who are trying to become gigolos, man, watch out, my man. You never know if you end up in a Diddy situation.
Do
Crazy,
you have the stomach?
Do you have the stomach?
man. What a crazy. What I mean, the more you listen to this, RJ, you think yourself, what kind of freaky ass time this dude is on? Probably he had too much intercourse in his life. That's when you're trying to reach another pinnacle because you're desensitized.
Desensitized. Desensitized.
Yeah.
Like Cassie would have been.
Yeah, back then, Cassie got it easy, man. Daphne Joy had it hard. Well, no pun intended, I guess. Anyway, guys, anything else you want to say, RJ, about this whole story? It seems like you're trying to drift away. Your body
trying
is
to-
leaving your soul is leaving your body hearing this stuff.
I'm just trying to think about because as you know, I don't follow the Diddy stories through the week. I am so busy, KR. So I
Yeah.
do get the highlights and I get the gists of it. So the jits, I said, by the way. I should just use another word. I get the I get the like in essence what happened, but I don't have time to go in detail. And that's why we have this show, right? Because you do the research and that's this part together with the rest of the team.
Yeah.
But I find it to me like a bit of an eye opener because at first I was, and I believe I'm not the only one. Guys, let me know if you also thought what I thought. But at first I was under the impression that Cassie was the one that was really, that they had a relationship like that, but that Diddy then changed and became like less of a freak. Changed his name to Brother Love and, stop being as violent as he allegedly was. But there was no, can't stop, won't stop, right? There was no stopping him. He would just switch an 11-year long girlfriend with just another person and continue the same trajectory,
Yeah,
same thing.
I think the thing you learn from Cassie's situation is that Cassie got grew feelings for him, and in this situation with Daphne Joy, you can clearly see that he kind of made sure in the beginning made clear to her that he has other women, and she was okay with that. And that's the difference between him and the Cass situation, because with Cassie he was basically telling her, yeah, you're the only one and I'm not screwing other women and all the other stuff. While he was doing it, he had assistants sucking him off in the PJ. So
I think the one that you mentioned, the KK, was also one, most likely.
well, I don't know about KK, but you had
We don't know. So let me rephrase it. I wouldn't be surprised if she was also doing it, because
what
she
we
was
do
doing
know.
everything. She was doing everything for Diddy.
Yeah, she was arranging everything from girls to the men he was
Man,
hiring.
woman,
Hey,
yeah,
Daddy was getting more men laid than any other,
the best wingman.
the best wingman ever. Smash the hottest chick. Only thing you have to make sure is cover your butt because you never know what will enter. Anyway,
You have to be able to deal with distraction. It's a
Do
like they
you
say in
have the
certain
stomach?
languages. In certain
Do you
languages,
have the
they
stomach?
say dealing with stress is a pre.
prerequisite. It's a prerequisite. It's a pre.
Do you have the stomach?
Do you have the stomach to smash a girl? Guys, let us know in the comments. Do you have the stomach to smash a girl while someone else is standing in the corner of the room, stroking himself and giving instructions with Astroglide in his other hand for 18 hours? Bro, this is crazy. Actually, if you think about it, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I've heard of freaky stuff, and it's probably there are more freaky people out there than this guy. But this is the worst way to go out. This is the worst way to go. I think you would rather not have your freaky life be exposed in the courtroom. I guess right now he doesn't have a choice, so he has to lean into it and make sure he can get out. But ain't no way, bro. It's clear that this guy is.
So what I think, KR, so what I think is that I think being freaky is one thing. Being um some people live alternative lifestyles.
Yes.
They change keys with one another. They play the key.
They one day they hit on this side, the other way they hit that other side.
Yeah, that's one, but also like they go to parties, drop keys in a jar, and at the end of the party everyone takes out a key, and the key that you take out
Come on, man.
is the
You don't have to
man.
describe the whole situation. I was
I'm
trying
just
to
telling you.
avoid you. That's why I told my part of the story so we can continue without the
No,
key
but no,
description.
but I'm just saying the story you're talking about is like changing, or if you're a switch hitter, I interpret that as being something else.
Okay, the key part is okay. That's a maybe switch is another level.
Yeah,
The
switch hitter.
switching keys is a
Diddy
bit
is a
it's a
switch
bit
hitter, for
lower.
example.
Huh?
Diddy is a switch
It's
hitter, for
definitely
example.
it's definitely a switch. Ain't no way I'm using another man's milk as lubricant.
KR, he's a switch hitter. If he could hit with his leg, he would do so as well. So if he
Who
could
said
hold the bat with his leg,
you're,
he would. Okay.
Yo. Hey, this is infinite jokes.
Yeah,
Diddy is done. He's a
but
walking
so
meme.
my point is, there are people that do things together, one room, multiple people. I mean, you can
Yep.
go whatever you want.
Yep.
I think the Diddy issue is that it seems to be like about power and control.
Definitely.
And there are a lot of people that are addicted, but this he takes addiction. I think the thing with him is that he has the addiction and the money and power.
Yeah.
So he can create like
Can facilitate.
he can, yeah, but he can create something
Situation.
else. You know, if you're just addicted, if you're addicted and broke, then you'll just get screwed over. But if you are addicted and you have this, so how many people in the world has his amount of power?
Yeah.
He has so much power and influence, so he can he would bring people in his world,
Yeah.
and in his world he would just he wants what he wants. And I mean, everyone with their every every pot with its lid, as they say in Sweden.
Well, it's a very wrong translation. Everyone has
But
their thing.
every pot, it makes sense, Kara. Every pot with its lid.
Yo, this is crazy. Oh man. Now they're gonna call us definitely tethers. 100% tethers. Anyway, continue. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Oh yeah, but it's just what he was doing, the way he was doing it,
Yeah.
the intensity,
That's the big problem.
and he has a playbook. That's the thing as well. He has a playbook.
That's the problem. The way he went about it, coercion, how would you call it? The whole playbook, like you said, it's like the way he goes about it, the intensity. I mean, it seemed like back when Cassie it was starting out, because it seemed like it wasn't like as often as it was with Daphne Joy. Daphne Joy would be multiple times every week or every 2 weeks with multiple guys. She even offered it. Yo, that's how crazy this situation is. She even offered them an all-star night, RJ. The top 3 performers.
Yeah.
She loved him. She loved him. She wanted him to be happy. She knew that this man is sick, and she can help him. But yeah, top 3. Imagine your girl offering you the top 3 performers. Choose the best guys you want to.
Hey man.
After she would smash, she would let Diddy smash. That's why I'm saying he's using other people's milk as lubricant.
Yeah.
Oh man, Diddy. The thing is this, RJ. A lot of things you gotta be very careful on whose toes you're stepping. If you had bodies, because this is what you get. This is what it is, guys. Learn from this situation, man. This is crazy. All I'll say is, if you make sure, if you want to do this, make sure it's covered in the right way, because the way that he did it is the worst sloppy way. He was an addict. He was a drug addict, clearly, who was running amok. Guys, let us know in the comments what you think. Do you think that daddy?
Yo, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we don't do this, man. We don't do this on the show. But hey,
that was crazy. Yo, that was crazy. That was.
Yeah, we don't do this. We don't
Do
say
you-
we don't
guys-
usually we don't say pause, but pause, man.
Yeah, we didn't do that. We definitely don't do that. Guys, do you think that Diddy will get off? Will he get convicted of all charges, or will he get convicted of the pro charges. Crazy, man. Crazy.
Do you have the stomach?
Yeah. Do you have the stomach? Another week. Another week, another Diddy on trial next week. This week. Let's see what happens. But yeah, it's not gonna get better. It's not gonna get. It's only gonna get worse for Diddy. So, guys, let us know in the comments what you think, and of course, we'll be picking one of the best comments to feature one of our future videos. So make sure you share your hottest take, RJ.
Yes, guys. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and stay tuned for our newsletter. Where we will share with you links to viral videos and articles that did not make the show. So, if you wanna engage with us more, if you wanna build a deeper, stronger bond with Double Touch Show, we do ask you to stay tuned for our newsletter.
It's coming, guys.
KR, let's move on.
That's the worst way to definitely in this show. I hope this is what I'll say. I hope this Diddy saga of Double Touch Show goes away because you cannot say anything without sounding. I'll try to press the other one, but anyway. Anyway, guys, let's go right away to around the internet. Let's go to the weekly update for the New Orleans prison break.
Yeah.
RJ put his money on Anthony Massey.
Yeah. So give a Jack, for those of you who don't know, there was a prison break in New Orleans, and 8 people got out. I think 8 or 10 or 12, and we put our money on who would who would get caught last. And I lost the first week. This is the second week. I wanted to put my money on the same because on the same guy that KaiR put his money on, but to make things interested, I thought no, I won't put it on the dude that stayed low. I'm gonna put it on a dude that recorded himself jumping in the swimming pool. So KaiR, tell me.
Yes.
What-
For
what
those who
update do
don't
you have?
know, let me share my screen real quick. Yes, let me share my screen real quick. This is currently the two guys who are out there, Derek Gross and Antoine Massey, also known as Mr. Tattoo Face, aka Auntie is making videos about him, aka.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
And I had can you put it back up? Because I had last week I had Van Buren, I guess.
Lanton
Lanton
left-
Van Buren. I
left
had as the I
corner.
thought that he would stay
second
the
place.
last, so he got caught. So now we have Derek Groves and we had an Antoine Massey. And Antoine Massey jumped in a swimming pool. He has facial tattoos, so I thought he would get caught already. He
Yes.
recorded himself jumping in a swimming pool, and so, but because KaiR had the other dude, I said, you know what, I'm gonna go with Massey because
I'm gonna go. with
usually
Massey.
it's the ones that live reckless. They stay out the longest. So,
Yes,
KaiR, what
yes,
update
yes.
do you
So
have?
the update. He spoke out.
You spoke.
Fair use.
I'm one of the ones that was let out of the GC.
So he's saying I was let out of the GC. He didn't escape. He's playing the word game now. He's a lawyer. I was let out. I didn't escape, guys. I was let out.
What I want to talk about today as far as why I was in Orleans Parish Jail. I was in custody for almost 8 months. All right, 6 months, something like that. I was in there for theft of a motor vehicle and domestic abuse involving strangulation. That's what I was in Orleans Parish for.
So if you didn't hear it, he was locked up for car theft and abuse service with strangulation.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah. I'm not gonna play the full thing, but at the end,
So
He
he kept
starts
recording
asking.
himself.
Yeah, it's a 9-minute clip, RJ. I can't play the whole thing.
No, but I mean, he kept recording himself. So
Yes, he's
he thought it was a good
consistent.
idea to continue. I'm telling you, he's gonna stay out the longest.
Look at this.
Behind a woman that's a grown adult that never stated that I ever raped her. They have a detective that's over the case, but he never beat her. He was nowhere in her presence. This is the affidavit on the thing right
He's
here.
trying to defend himself in front of the camera, like he's in court.
This is the drop form from the district attorney office. This woman when did this. I didn't do this. Look, it's legally dated. No, I'm not a raper, man. I'm not none of that. None of that. I'm a good person. I am a father that want to be in my children's life. You know what I'm saying? I want to let the younger youth know that going down the route of trying to be a street person is not the route. That's what type of person I am. Yes, I was lied on. They made certain lie on me. All the guys they picked me for him to lie on. I'm not saying Sterling a bad guy, but why did you pick me to lie on, bro? It's bigger than Sterling. I don't know why they picked me for him to lie on, but I never threatened Sterling ever. How could I threaten Sterling or hurt Sterling? He cannot come on a tip with me without a deputy being present. My name is Antoine Massey. I'm asking for help. I was one of the ones that was let out Orleans Parish Jail on May the 16th or May the 15th, 2025. So please, Meek Mills, Donald Trump, Lil Wayne, please help me. Lil Wayne.
I knew he was gonna walk away. This is why I skipped to this part. I knew he was gonna walk away. Meek Mill, Donald Trump, give him a pardon. Commute a sentence. He's asking Donald Trump, man, do you have $1 million?
Do you have the stomach?
Do you have the stuff? Do you have $1 million sitting somewhere for you to get in contact with Donald Trump? This is the only way you're gonna get that pardon, boy. Ain't no way you're gonna get a pardon by making a video. Meek Mill, Lil Wayne. RJ, do you still have hope that he will be the last one standing? By the way, we haven't heard anything about. By the way, there was an article that says we don't hear anything about Derrick Rose. There is no video since the second day. No one knows where he is. There is no video. They don't
Derrick
know where to find him.
Groves, yeah.
Rose, yeah.
I heard Rose, Derrick Rose, yeah.
No, not Rose. Because then they would have caught him. Because that anchor ain't going nowhere. Anyway. He would have been, hey, he would have been recognized right away by the way he's walking.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh man. Yeah, I think he's
Your
still
boy.
I still have my money. I still have my money on Mass. He's gonna stay out. He's gonna stay out until the end. They're gonna catch the other one first.
Do you think he'll get a pardon?
No.
Not
even a pardon me. Not even a pardon me, sir.
Hope. Well, hope keeps the rebellion alive, they said in Star Wars. So RJ has the hope that his guy will make it, knowing damn well that that Diddy has a better chance of getting off than this guy not making it. Hey, who knows, man? Again, maybe it's a one-on-one fight right now. Who will get caught first? But no one knows where Derrick Rose is. He just disappeared. And this is how you do allegedly. This is how you allegedly have to do a prison break. You shouldn't be making videos, creating metadata so people can find you. Anyway.
That's true.
Crazy times. Let's go to the second one for today. Well, let's go to the third one. Is this crazy? It's a bit big. Fair use. Shout out to Angry Man.
This message is for my white women, my snow bunnies. What are y'all doing to get these men to marry y'all? And y'all getting these millionaires and then y'all suing them and becoming multi-millionaires. Like, help me out. I ain't no hater. I'm a congratulator. Help me.
So let me get this straight. You want a white woman to show you how to meet and marry a multimillionaire just so you can divorce him or sue him and take his money.
It's crazy.
This is content people are creating out here.
That's crazy. It is
This is
crazy. To answer the
you know what's
question, it is
crazy?
crazy.
You know what's
But people do
crazy?
see it as a come up, KR. People see this as a come up, KR. People see relationships as come ups.
Yeah.
Diddy sees relationships as come ups, but that's another type of.
Well, he sees it more like a come in, but okay.
Oh man, yeah, but it's crazy.
Diddy is
But I
a
think
full
people
meme.
we've lost our sense of decency as a species. Who's we? As a species, we've lost it, man. We've lost it. It's
This is, you know what's crazy? What's the craziest part of this? It's not that actually that she's asking it. It's that she's creating a video asking it. If you're walking to a woman that's face on face, there is no trace. There is no face. With this, there is a face. You can trace it.
yeah.
It's like a robber making a video. Guys, do you know how to rob a bank? Let me know how to rob a bank because I need a couple of millions. A couple of other thousands. Give me the playbook. I need that playbook.
Yeah.
You there. You're the white guy. White guys know how to rob banks. They do pretty well. Let me know, guys. I need the white guys to stand up and tell me how to rob a bank.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. Guys, it's not real. I don't need to rob a bank. Chances are banks will try to rob me, but okay. That's anyway.
Yeah.
Last one for today. The last one for today. Crazy scenario. Streamer nearly ends up at a Diddy party. Fair use.
Appreciate you, brother.
Oh, cool.
My phone close to people's shit. I get like free money and shit.
No, I'll give you money, man. What do you want? How much you want?
I already got 100, so I'll get another 100.
Fuck, dude. Let's go to the bank. Come on.
Wanna go to the bank right now?
Come on. I'll take you my Porsche. Come on. No, we'll go to the bank, man. I'll take money out right now.
We're going to the bank.
Come on.
Right now.
Come on, bro.
Come on, we out. Nigga like an undercover cop, bro.
No, I'm not in undercover. Come on.
The hell you about to do?
No, we're going. Oh, you're in the back. This ain't no Uber, bro.
You finna kidnap me.
You passenger. Come on.
You finna kidnap me?
I need a ticket, bro.
Oh, we out. Let's go. Come on, we out. I'm gonna get in the back. No, I'm staying in the back with the window down. You got this bitch on safety?
Are you recording or something?
I'm recording everything.
What for?
What the fuck? What you mean what for?
Why are you recording?
Because we got 5,000 people in this bitch.
No way.
Yeah, they saying I'm finna get kidnapped right now, so we finna see.
That ain't live.
It's live.
Nothing, bro. Nothing, but I gotta pay this.
Nah, you found out I was on live. Now you don't want to kidnap me no more.
No.
Nah,
I'm a YouTuber.
Nah, nigga found out I was on live. He don't want to kidnap me
I'm
no
a
more.
YouTuber.
Nah, hell no,
I'm a YouTuber,
nigga.
bro.
Nah, you found out I was on live. You don't want to kidnap me no more.
I'm a YouTuber.
I'm seeing it.
That's crazy.
Play. You guys are playing out here with your whole life. All for that 5 minutes of fame.
The desperation, KR. The desperation.
This is crazy. I think he was playing. He was trying to be funny though, but you never know.
Never know, man.
You never know.
Now he has plausible deniability in any case.
Yeah. What's the guy? Before you know, you end up like Marcellus Wallace in purple. What's the name? The purple. What's the name of that movie? Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Crazy.
Oh no, man.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I wouldn't do that, guys. Protect yourself at all times. Before you know it, you're in the back of the car, and you're Marcellus Wallace in the basement.
Yeah. Yeah.
For those who have watched Pulp Fiction, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna describe that situation. By the way,
I won't
why the
either.
heck did they put that whole situation
I
in
don't
the
know.
movie?
I think
That was a crazy that was the most random scene ever.
what's his name? What's the
Quentin.
Scorsese? Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino.
He's crazy, man. He's crazy.
Right, that whole scene was like, why did they have to?
He has those types of scenes in his movie.
Yeah. Make sure you don't end up like Marcellus Waters with a ball with a ball in your mouth. That's all I'll say. Guys, let us know in the comments what you think, and we'll be choosing the best comments to feature one of our future videos. So make sure you share your hottest take. RJ.
Yes, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification icon so you stay up to date when we drop new videos. Here on the Double Thought Show, we discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from complex situations. Stay tuned for our newsletter. We'll have that soon, where we will share with you links to stories and articles that did not make today's show. Been a pleasure to serve you once more, and we'll see each other in the next one. Until next time.
Do you have the stomach?
Peace. I don't have the stomach for this Diddy stuff anymore. Jesus.
I never